Hello everyone, Gramsy here, and welcome back to another THICC Thursday, the best source for your weekly VR news, just juicy facts and stories presented in an easily digestible way for your virtual reality needs. This week we have Bandai Namco creating their own Gundam-themed metaverse, one of the biggest VR partnerships occurring, HTC starting work on their own Metaverse-compatible smartphone, and the very first VR dating app apparently. Yeah, that's a thing now. So let's not waste any time, let's jump right into the news. Thank God the wait is finally over after Tundra Labs announced their historic $1.4 million fundraising campaign in 2021 to launch their Tundra Trackers. Everyone has been waiting with bated breath for an official release date. The whole company has been marred with controversy, some equating it to a scam due to unfulfilled promises and delayed deliveries spurred by massive supply chain shortages and component delays. However, slowly but surely they have delivered the products, and I think Tundra Labs has been perfectly transparent about all of their intentions thus far. As of March 4th, Tundra says it is opening a limited sale of Tundra Trackers to the public starting March 10th. For those receiving their Tundra Trackers now, they can expect their trackers to be ready out of the box, considering Steam VR released an update adding official support for the Tundra Trackers. Moving on, Bandai Namco is reportedly working on their own version of a Gundam-themed metaverse dedicated to its most popular gaming and anime franchises. Reportedly, Bandai Namco will be dedicating a whopping $13 billion yen or $130 million to complete the project. The Gundam Metaverse, as they're calling it, will feature a number of prominent IPs such as Soul Calibur, Dark Souls, and Pac-Man. But what does this mean for the Metaverse as a whole? I don't really know. It seems to be the phrase Metaverse has kind of lost its meaning as of late. It became such a hot buzzword that it has been overused to describe things that functionally just aren't true metaverses. I've said this before and I'll say it again, when these companies, and especially massive corporations, keep coming out with their own versions of the metaverse, quote unquote, and trying to claim their stake of a place that doesn't yet exist, it just feels like a greedy cash grab and a slap in the face to every VR lover and enthusiast who knows that a true metaverse is and should be decentralized. The concept of manufacturing scarcity in a place that doesn't inherently have that concept seems ridiculous to me, but this is a tangent that could lead to an entirely different video, so that's for another time. Heavy competition this way comes. If you know anything about the Quest 2 or its specifications, you know that it uses a Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 as its main processor. A processor that might soon find itself inside every Pico VR headset being sold. For those who don't know, Pico Interactive is a Chinese company owned by Bytedance, also the owners of the social media giant TikTok. You can see where this is going. Bytedance announced at MWC 2022 that it is partnering with Qualcomm to expand its devices into XR and AR technology as well as VR technology. No doubt Qualcomm is looking to expand as well, and this is an incredibly smart decision for them, considering they will be reaching a massive untapped market for VR technology in China and the greater Asian markets. What does this mean for Meta? Well, I don't think much changes for them in the short term. For now, they're going to keep selling Quest 2s, keep working on Project Cambria, and of course, keep working on their metaverse. Long term, as Pico Interactive expands across markets, and in particular, if they ever reach the North American or European markets commercially, it means that Meta will have some serious competition from a company that can effectively make the same headset they're already making at a much cheaper price point. And now it's time for a THICC SNACC. Check out this insane VR mod for Resident Evil 7 that includes motion controller support. The mod is created by PreyDog, who also made VR mods for both the remastered titles of Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. I have to say, this looks really scary. Definitely not my cup of tea personally, but still really awesome nonetheless. And now, back to the news. Out-of-home VR experiences like VR arcades and movement-based VR experiences were just beginning to bud and gain some traction and popularity before COVID hit in 2020. Unfortunately, the reality of the pandemic is that COVID was not kind to these entertainment-based businesses. Unsurprisingly, a lot of them shuttered, temporarily closing, and in way too many cases, closing down for good. Out-of-home VR play space The Void is defying the odds, however, expectedly preparing to reopen soon. Though it isn't reopening to a confirmed date yet, the company received a much-needed breath of fresh air from VR investment firm Hyper Reality Partners, coming to a whopping sum of $20 million. Apparently, this second win was exactly the break The Void needed, as it appears they have begun hiring full-time engineering positions, indicating a potential relaunch might be coming soon. And I have to say, I think this is one of the best things that could possibly happen to VR right now. PC VR is still mostly too expensive for the average consumer, and wireless options like the Quest 2, though much more accessible and affordable, are still not cheap. These public VR spaces allow way more accessibility to the average consumer, create lots of positive exposure for VR, and offers a chance to get the quote-unquote normies into VR for their very first time and turn them into proper enthusiasts. In any case, this is amazing news for the VR industry as a whole, not just The Void. According to a news report by the Taiwanese publication DigiTimes, HTC's VR division are reportedly working on an all-in-one smartphone with a focus on VR and AR functionality. While speaking to DigiTimes, HTC Vice President Charles Huang confirmed that the device will function in tandem with Viveverse and will feature onboard Metaverse functionality. Originally revealed last week during the 2022 Mobile World Conference in Barcelona, Viveverse is an open-source metaverse composed of various interactive worlds, apps, and games accessible via smartphone, PC, and even the Vive Flow, the company's new standalone VR glasses. But what does this mean for VR tech and the future of the metaverse? Well, actually, despite the tackiness and awkward delivery of HTC's announcement of the Viveverse, this is one of the first real tangible steps a company has made towards true interoperability in the metaverse, and I see it as a net positive. Though I questioned HTC's intentions towards whether they plan on sharing the metaverse with others or trying to just have their own and keep it to themselves, remains to be seen, but a real metaverse requires true interoperability, and this is undoubtedly a step in the right direction. Also, it's just cool as hell thinking about the world's first VR smartphone, what it's going to look and feel like. We'll have to wait and see. And finally, are you looking for love in the metaverse? Feeling lost and alone in a great sea of swaying, swole VR chat avatars and buxom, busty babes? Try Nevermet now and meet your virtual boyfriend or girlfriend today. Okay, I'm joking, obviously, and this was meant to be entirely satirical. Nevermet, please don't sue me. But this is real. It's an actual thing, and it exists right now. Nevermet is a new dating app aimed specifically at VR users looking for love in virtual spaces. It's like Tinder or Bumble, but for the metaverse. And here's the catch. Human faces are strictly prohibited. Yeah, don't bother getting your best monk shot or showing off those pearly whites because it doesn't matter on Nevermet. All jokes aside, there are a lot of alarming implications from something like this. I'll start by saying I'm a very live and let live person. I don't care what anyone does as long as it isn't hurting someone else or seriously harming themselves. But is VR romance really the replacement for physical intimacy? Is there any point where this becomes objectively problematic for our species? I know I'm asking some deep questions here, but I think it needs to be asked. I mean, you hear stories about people meeting in VR chat or an MMO and then meeting up in the real world and finding a real tangible relationship from it with real physical intimacy. But you can't have any of that if it stays purely in the metaverse, yet, in any case. It is fascinating, there's no doubt. It is interesting, and it only seems like this would be the natural evolution of things when it comes to VR and the metaverse. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments section down below so we can start a dialogue about this, because I'm really not sure how I feel about it yet. But that's about it, ladies and gents. That's all the time we have this week. Be sure to leave a comment down below to let me know what you think about these stories and to let me know what stories you'd like to see covered for the following week. Remember to hit the like button if you thought this video was informative, subscribe subscribe if you want to see more of it next week, and hit that notification bell if you just can't stand missing out on these oh so sweet dummy thick news clips. Until next time, Gramsy out.